All right, everyone. How are we doing today? Hope you're all doing fantastic. Welcome to another episode of Drive to Go Live podcast. It is I, hopefully your favorite host, and only host actually, Ted Letters. And with me, we have our favorite, amazing Junkrat main. You know, he's a little dirty, but no, I'm just joking. We still love him. But this is
Little
Dodjira.
rat boy.
Yes. How are you
Hi,
doing today?
everybody. How you doing? All right, all right. No complaints. No major
Yeah.
ones, anyway.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah. Hey, guys. And girls. I am Dodjira. I just started streaming. Like, what has it been? You were there from the beginning, right, 10? Like,
Roughly,
three
yeah.
months or so? Pretty new to this stuff. Play Overwatch, play Helldivers. Gonna get 10 letters to play Helldivers real soon. He promised. He did. That's on the record. Yeah. Having fun with this thing. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, it's been, and I've talked to you about my podcast quite a few times actually. And the funny thing is, like, you're like, oh, are you sure you would want me on there? Because, it's, I've only been doing it for like 3 months. I'm like, honestly, like, everyone's perspective matters. Like, like if you think about it, like at work, um, music. Sorry, music was kind of going wonky.
It's all good, man. Yeah, I just said that because like the dudes you've been having on, like they've been talking about being on for like 5, 6 years, and they're like, they're really killing it. They've been keeping it consistent. And I'm like, hi, been doing it since November. What's up?
Yeah, but yeah, like if you think about it at work, like, or actually no, let's put it in a better perspective. If you've been playing a game for like ass loads of years, and like, well, you can take Overwatch for example. So like, usually for when you play like Overwatch, you have like so many fucking heroes like unlocked. And then you have some new person's like, oh, I don't have this hero unlocked, and like, that's a
Mhm.
thing. And like,
That happened live. We got someone playing in. I was like, that's just not for everyone. It's like,
mhm.
oh yeah, no, I can't even play Junkrat. He's not even in my roster yet. He's hours and hours away. It's like, oh no, like I've been playing something that's behind a paywall this whole time.
Yeah, it's just like, even like, back to like my WoW days, like, like I played WoW for so long, I got so bored. But then like, if you try to re-put yourself into like a new player perspective, it puts the game into like a fun aspect. Like, you're kind of like
Mm.
looking through like your own, like a fresh set of eyes, and you're just like, I get to explore this brand new world again. Like, it's just
Yeah, yep, yep.
so when you would put into his perspective of a brand new streamer, or like, not like a newer streamer, um you're
We'll take
it,
brand new. I'll take the new. I'll take brand
yeah.
new.
uh but yeah, it's just like, it it puts it into different perspectives that, people don't normally see. Like, I, like myself and my other guests have been affiliate at least for a very long time. And like,
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure it's still fairly easier to get um affiliate. I know, like, I had barely had anybody watch me, so I was like, I felt like it took forever. But yeah.
Right. I mean, I definitely have you to thank, like personally, for that. Like you started tuning in maybe like a month or two in, like I don't even want to say like a month. You came in really quick, and you were like, "We're gonna get you affiliate, buddy. That's gonna
Hell yeah.
happen." And then like Case jumped in, and we had a couple other lurkers hanging out, and it's really just that average.
Hmm.
Like the average of 3 is the number that was killing me. Just looking at the dash, it's on my TikTok. I was like, let him cook," because you're just waiting for that number to hit 3 average viewers.
Yep.
But then when it finally does, it's like, oh, and you got to put all the paperwork in and stuff. Yeah, I
Yep.
mean, I got you to thank, man. You killed it on that. Thank you.
No problem. Yeah, I always think about like what it was like for me to do that, and like, I didn't know, but even didn't even really have lurkers. Like, I was just like, well, shit. I guess I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. And um, yeah, it can be it can be tough, especially starting out. Like, and then like promoting yourself in the games and everything, it makes a little, it helps a little bit, you know. Of course,
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
how
I
you met.
was exactly. It's the shameless self promo, the shameless plug, as we say
Yep.
on stream. But yeah, I mean, basically, it was just like me screaming at Overwatch because not the number one Junkrat streamer in the world by any means. Just my frustrations, and then my partner was just like, "You should like show people that you just like getting angry." And it turned out that like when I actually stream, it chills me out. So like noise complaint risk dipped when I started streaming.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically like what it has to be. It's just like you doing something you like, and it's like, yeah, I could show you me doing that for 4 to 6 hours at a time. Why not?
Yeah, I like I honestly like when I first started, like I used to be such a rageaholic when when I streamed, and I was like I get yelled at for being too fucking loud and everything, and um like I'm like after like several years I was like, you know, I'm not in my like 20s or teens, like
Mhm.
I'm not gonna be a pro player by any means either, and
Right.
so it's like just chill out, and like games are meant to be like fun, relaxing. Like don't get me wrong, like you can make a career out of them. It can be a job.
Hmm.
Not gonna ever be in that position, so I might as well just have
Right.
fun with it.
Yeah, I mean, the past guests have like kind of touched upon this, where it's like you're not going to be the number one. There's only one number one,
Hmm.
and you got to figure out what your thing's going to be. How are you going to get eyes on you? How are you going to hang out, make a community, um, kind of make you the thing?
Hmm.
We can't all be ninja,
Nope.
but it's been fun. It's you kind of like discover like how you want to broadcast yourself, how you want to be seen, and like kind of like the troll stuff, like the Jinxies or the Quesos,
Hmm.
like that kind of stuff. I like the troll chat. I don't really engage with, so it's like when you find the people that like compliment you on the internet, the unicorns,
Yep.
that's the people you want to follow. That's the people you interact with, and you're like, yep, you stay here. Come on, join the club, jump in the Discord, let's go. But yeah, then everyone's entertained by the rage monsters too. We
Hmm.
have Void. You know Void 10.
I mean, I'm
Being
pretty
just a
sure.
little too serious.
I'm pretty sure I have more salt than Void.
You think so?
Hmm.
Um, uh, I, you two are the top contenders, I guess. But he can get pretty rough with Shark. I can tell you that much.
Oh, trust me. I have my moments with Shark too. Even though
Mm-hmm.
he's an amazing person, but yeah, I was playing. Oh, I was streaming the other night. That's right. I ran into some guy. Like I was like, oh, you know, I had a I'm like 1-1. You know, like, and he goes, well, let's make that 2-1. I was like, there's a positive person playing Overwatch. What?
Gotta grab on. What's your tag? Stay with me, man. Stay with me.
Well, no,
But
like we were communicating for a good while, and then like I was like, man, you sound like a streamer. And he goes, well, you know,
you got that voice.
yeah. And he's like, yeah, I do stream on YouTube. And I was like, oh, you know, this is my name. What's your name on YouTube? And you know,
Hmm.
we did it like mid match.
I mean, I also think that like I don't know, not to be like the pessimist here, but there is for sure like a draw to be more positive when you're putting your face on the internet and you're not
Mm-hmm.
just like a profile with like Pepe Frog, because like there's no accountability in that. Like you
Yep.
just log on and you talk trash and you bail. But when you're you online, it's kind of like it's more of an incentive to be positive, to attract positivity, to get rid of the negativity. So
True.
for better or worse.
Yeah, it's I've been watching some like DVD content. Like I don't play DVD very often, but like I still watch some of the
Mhm.
content. And the my last guest, horror or the horror dad,
Mhm.
he recommended a channel called Spook and Jukes, where he's been talking about like toxic people on there, and
Mm.
yeah, it's crazy. Like there was a guy that was making fun of somebody who apparently looked like the original like AIDS patient or something. I was like, what? Like how can you call somebody that but like also stream and not even show your face? Like,
Yeah, I mean it's the lack of accountability, man. It's like you get banned, you can just get another account, you just log on in. That's what the whole controversy was with Overwatch going free to play. They're like, you're opening up the floodgates
yep.
and it's over. And it turned out we survived. My God.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And the funny thing is, like, I've been watching a lot of clips from Pirate Software. That
Mhm.
guy is a fucking mad genius, funny guy. And he was talking about like why was it why bands go in waves rather than
Mhm.
like instantly getting banned, at the time. And
Right. Like
and
on the
the
developer end.
yeah, because like what happens is like you let you let a cheating software go through quite a bit, and then
Mhm.
put it into a ban wave, and what happens is like you, like after that software starts getting really popular, you ban a whole bunch of people so they can't get refunds.
Hmm. I mean, I'd say I don't know. I don't have any familiarity with it, but it's funny you would bring that up because today my TikTok algorithm brought up like a Schlatt video, uh, and like Ludwig was reacting to it, where they ran a script to just like mass ban like a bunch of bots from their stream, and
Oh.
it was just like running like hundreds and hundreds of accounts. So yeah, I mean the batch ban is definitely a real thing.
Hmm.
But luckily you've only dealt with getting silenced in Overwatch. No bans for 10 letters. Thank God.
Funny enough, I logged on the other day and it's like you've been getting reports lately. I'm like, oh god.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so I had to
Yeah.
be careful self promoting.
Yeah, it's kind of the Wild West out there, man. It's like you just go back and forth with like randos and talk trash, especially if like you're like us and you kind of throw in the shameless plug into chat. I
Hmm.
try to avoid links because lesson learned from you.
I stopped doing
But
links too.
like you said, yeah, I
They
noticed. I noted no slashes.
they just fucking hate me now.
Yeah, but yeah, like some of those haters actually kind of turn into follows. If I'm not gonna lie, like I was telling you the other day, like I was kind of going back and forth with an enemy Mercy,
Hmm.
who all Mercies love me. We do not harass Mercy on my stream, not once, not
Right.
ever. Don't let this
Right.
man lie to you. Uh, they came in, they were like, oh, like, ban this junk rat, cheating junk, get him out of here. And then I was like, okay, well, they're going to report me, so I'm going to report them too. So I reported a player who then jumped in my chat and still follows me to this day. So we kind of, I'm pretty sure we reported each other and then they jumped into stream. So it was like this total 180, you know. Haters are just friends you haven't made yet, right?
True. Just a note. I'm gonna turn off the thing on Discord just because it's kind of lagging my computer a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Do I have to do anything on that end?
Nope.
No. All right.
Yeah, it's just like hard encoding my thing. Um.
Oh, the it's
Yeah.
backing up. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like making everything super laggy. So. Um. All
Or
right.
just wait till my camera starts freezing an hour in, buddy.
Oh God. Um. So. We're gonna start with one of the basic questions because yeah,
Hmm.
starting to get into a little bit of it. So how did you get into streaming?
How did I get into streaming? I mean, basically, it was just like I ran out of excuses not to. Pretty
Mm.
much. Uh, like I didn't have a PC last year. I built one. Um, like I don't want to broadcast myself to the internet. I don't want to put myself out there. I mean, strangers are an audience, basically.
True.
Like I kind of just stopped. I stopped making excuses, and like made something for myself finally, and it feels good. So yeah, I guess that's the short answer.
That is awesome. Yeah, like, I found that with even with my past guests, like we've kind of
Mhm.
just learned to be like Nike, just do it.
Just do it. Absolutely. Not a
Yeah,
sponsor.
yeah. Like it'd be weird if Nike did, because like I can't wear their shoes because my feet are way too fucking big.
Really, you don't like the Nikes, huh?
It's not that I
All
don't
right,
like them;
that's
they
fair.
don't make my size.
Ah, okay.
I wear a
I
size
mean, I got to tell you
15,
though, like
16.
I'm 13, so I'm right on the cusp of the mass-produced shoe. But yeah, if you ever have a chance to put on a pair of Dunks,
Mm-hmm.
just don't. They're like the most uncomfortable shoe on the planet. Most hyped, but most uncomfortable shoe on the planet, bar none.
Mm. Um, so what kind of hobbies and interests do you have outside of streaming?
Um, I would say like streaming at this point, at least, like where I'm at, is still like, hobby level, like passion project. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Definitely takes up a good amount of that space. Um, However, I do count myself as something of a collector. I collect vinyl records. You can kind of see them
Oh
behind me
yeah.
there over my shoulder. I do, collect Pokemon cards, vintage Pokemon cards, and modern. On my desk, I actually have a few of the polls. Um, yeah, and then, you know, I also collect anime figures, like I had on stream the other day. My Chris Sabat signed Vegeta figure for when Toriyama passed away.
Mhm.
Rest in peace. But yeah, that and try to get out of the apartment as much as possible. Go for walks,
Yeah.
as Dr. Disrespect would say, maintain an active lifestyle.
Uh, just hopefully Twitch doesn't ban me for any Doctor Disrespect stuff. Uh,
Did they ban him?
they did ban him. For what reasons? It's never been confirmed.
Huh.
Yeah.
I see. All of my like streamer consumption is almost exclusively TikTok. So it's all like the highlights and stuff. So I don't know any of the lore. Although I probably should.
Yeah, I know. All I know is his name is Guy. That's about as much as I know.
And
Uh,
he's 7 foot 5 inches tall. Yeah.
yeah.
He's the tallest man on the planet. Super tall.
I know
But yeah.
you also do music too.
I do, yeah. Play drums on stream some. I can strum a ukulele. I can
Oh.
play bar chords on a guitar, but it's mostly just drums. That's my thing. The guitar hung up behind me
Yeah.
is my partner's guitar. She is the guitarist.
Ah. So so
Yeah.
so you're a two-person band.
I mean, if she ever starts playing death metal, 100%. But
Metal on a
nah,
guitar.
nah. Yes, death metal acoustic. That's the new genre we're cooking up.
It'd be like if like Garth Brooks goes death metal or something.
Absolutely. Or Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift death metal, we'd all pay to see it. Let's not kid ourselves.
Wouldn't that be like baby metal pretty much?
I picked up a baby metal vinyl like I think
Nice.
like last year. That stuff is epic.
It
I
is.
don't know. I love it. Have you seen them on stage or just like hopping like it's any kind of K-pop and then just the craziest band behind them?
I,
I don't know.
I've
That kind of precision.
I've seen their video for "Gimme Chocolate,"
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
and
It's just crazy that they're just like these like kind of bubblegum punks, and
mhm.
it's like that comes out. I love it. I love it.
uh, all right, so we'll go on to the next set of questions. How has streaming impacted your life?
Oh, let's see. Impacted my life. Well, I mean, positively, overwhelmingly positively. Otherwise, I wouldn't be, still doing it right now, even, 3 months down the line. Um, it's just, it's a really cool outlet. Like I was talking to you about this on stream, where it's like, uh, I kind of lost my confidence at the end of my education in kind of like self-creating anything, like telling any kind of a story,
Hmm.
jumping in front of camera. And it's kind of been really cool to get that back. And that's kind of an invaluable thing, even though it is, from the outside, just playing games. It's been kind of cool, like breaking out my camera and browsing my lenses, like getting back
Hmm.
into kind of like my whole, I guess, adult life has kind of been like what I studied, but behind a computer.
Okay.
And this is kind of cool that it's like getting back into that like production side. It's been really cool. But yeah, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I mean, it's overwhelmingly positive. And even the negative can be, funny,
Hmm.
which is cool. Like me and Shark were saying it the other day. It's like there's nothing anyone can't tell me that I haven't said to myself 2 inches from the mirror. I think like some comic said that on TikTok sometime, and it's just so apt. Um,
Yeah, we always find ourselves like the end of 8 Mile when Eminem just like
yeah.
disses himself just wins the fucking contest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Self-deprecation is key.
Like
Self-deprecation is key.
when I started posting like all the all my YouTube videos, people are like making all these like fat comments and stuff, and it's like, I you, you're telling me the same thing my fucking doctor tells me. Come on.
Yeah, man. It's like that kind of stuff is just it's like they're telling us that we're ugly on the outside while simultaneously telling the world that they're ugly on the inside. Like honestly,
Yeah, they're
it's more
projecting.
telling about them than it is yeah, absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely.
and you mentioned storytelling. I've actually been like trying to work better on doing that, especially with like making videos and stuff. Like even if you
Mhm.
make shorts or long form videos, or even just like streaming, like tell a just work to tell a story. Like
Yeah.
you are on a stage essentially, whether it be on here or like you're out like doing a vlog somewhere. Like
Mhm.
make sure to make a continuation of a story and produce. You're the producer, you're the actor, and everything. Um, and
Yeah, and like unfortunately the social media manager too, which is harder than all those other jobs.
yeah. Well, like my tweets are just pretty much shit posting most of the time, or like
Oh, absolutely.
random thoughts of the day.
Oh yeah, that's most of my TikTok is the cap cut filter with a green screen. It's like
Mhm.
I had so much fun throwing those up there. But yeah.
Yeah, I like the last one I put out was a video about being friends with an Anna as a roadhog and just
Right,
like waving
yes,
to him.
your romance you had. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just I was actually playing with Shark, and that he was the life weaver in that video. And
Nice.
I'm like Shark, there's an Anna just sitting here, and I feel bad killing him. And Anna's just like, hello. I'm like, I don't want to kill him, and it was great.
You'll discover very soon that in Helldivers, there's an emote that you can unlock where you just hug one of your squad mates. That
Hmm.
in Overwatch would decrease toxicity by at least 25%.
They have it in Fortnite as well.
Guaranteed. You need that. They need it. And it needs to be
Hmm.
across all teams. Like, can you imagine like we've all been queued up for like the comp game where one side is just blown out, three of the five people leave, and then it's just the two other guys left in the lobby that don't want to bail and don't want to lose the points on their account. And you're like, sorry guys. Like, imagine hugging it out in that scenario.
I
You
think it'd
feel a
be.
little bit more positive.
I don't know. I feel like it'd be like a in those like weird like Dead by Daylight situations where like you have like the like motion to do something or like if say if like you have an asshole teammate as a survivor,
Mhm.
you find the killer and you just like point to where they are. Yeah.
Just troll them out. Just,
Mm.
they're over there. They're over there.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, like yeah. And it's just like you make do with what you have, and it's just a lot of fun.
But yeah, hugs in Overwatch. Make it happen, Blizzard. Let's go.
That could make a lot of money actually too.
Right? Charge $10 for a hug emote? Come on. Come on.
Come on, it's Blizzard. It'd be $20.
At least.
Yeah,
Right.
the
That's
skin
right. I gotta take like what I wouldn't pay and then double it
pretty
for
much, yeah,
everything. Yeah.
exactly. Like just like I made a video talking about how their monetization and like in Diablo they have a fucking $65 horse. I'm like, why? It's not even a cosmetic
Please.
skin that you'd wear. Like, it's a horse you wear, or not wear. It's a horse you ride like every so often. I'm not paying $65 for a fucking horse.
You can flex on them. You just gotta look cooler than anyone that's playing with you, I guess.
I, I, I mean, the game is practically dead, so like, you're not really flexing on anybody because you don't see anybody.
Really, Megan Fox didn't breathe more life into it with her after death videos. That didn't work.
Oh God, no! Mr. T way better with fucking WoW. The Night Elf
Okay,
Mohawk.
I gotta look it up on YouTube then.
Oh yeah, they're
Oh yes, they were commercials, right?
yes, like they did Vern Troyer, William Shatner, Mr. T, I goes for I
Oh
forget who
wow.
else.
So
Yeah,
this is an epidemic. This isn't just one. This isn't just a one-off cash grab. Understood.
yeah.
Okay.
I think it was like during like Burning Crusade times. Like, yeah, they had a whole bunch of people, and it was amazing.
Hmm. I
Um,
had zero awareness, honestly.
yeah, they're actually pretty funny to check out. If you're like into WoW and you want to see some like funny-ish commercials for it, there was like one with they did with like I think it was yeah it was like I think it was like Toyota where they're like yeah let's go to the mountains and the guy's like yeah I'm gonna go to the mountains and hops into the fucking Toyota Tacoma and just fucking goes through the mountains.
Yeah, see, like I lost a good chunk of my college education to Skyrim.
Ooh,
And everyone that talks about WoW, that I've seen talk about WoW, like your buddy was on this very show and was like 200 hours gone into it and it was like a job and it's like
mm-hmm,
I have that kind of personality where it's like something drops and it's like I'll see you next month. Like I'm in that. And
yep,
luckily my only experience with WoW was I took a college course that it was computers and society
okay,
and I'm not sure exactly what the course was called, but we played WoW like for it. Like we had to start new accounts and we had to get to a
hmm,
certain level requirement. And like that was my only experience with it. My machine was far too weak to do anything long term with it.
okay,
But yeah, that's definitely a game I could see myself just losing my entire consciousness in. So I have avoided WoW.
yeah.
I have avoided WoW.
I've lost most of my life playing that fucking game for 15 damn years.
Yeah. Uh huh.
Mm.
Uh huh. But yeah, I also have that kind of a personality where it's like this dropped. Like I had that with Horizon Zero Dawn. I had it with Ghost of
Ooh.
Tsushima. I had it with Helldivers, and I even broadcast the Unhealthy Habit live 10 hours. I played that game straight,
Mm.
and that wasn't the only time I did that. It was just the only time that I broadcast it to the internet.
Ah,
It's bad.
it-
It's bad.
yeah. I always feel bad when it's like, all right, it's my day off. I'm just gonna sit in this computer and just like all fucking day and
It helps when it's a rainy day. Like when you're
yeah.
doing that on a sunny day and you have to like draw your blinds, then you really get the like, oh man, I should be like doing something outside. But those rainy days, it's like your excuse. It's like, well, it's disgusting outside or it's cold outside.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what else am I gonna do? I mean, come on, they're making the excuse for me.
Like after Hurricane Irma hit,
Mhm.
after like a day, we what was it? Yeah, we got power, but we just didn't have internet at all. And so like I kind of predicted something like that would happen. So I pre-downloaded Civilization 5. And those, if you've never played a Civilization game and you like turn-based like strategic games, it's a great game
Mhm.
because it's also like you'll start the game at like 9 in the morning, and then next thing you know, it's like 5 o'clock.
The sun is down.
It's five a.m. next day. You're just like, so where'd the time go?
Mm. I
So,
had that with Pokemon Black.
ooh,
Pokemon Black and White in college. That was started playing at sunset, and then the sun started peeking into the window. You're like, oh crap!
mm-hmm,
I guess there goes that.
yeah, yeah, Black and White, and then Black 2, White 2 was also fantastic. I I
Which was the one with 16 badges?
I'm
Because
pretty
that
sure.
was it was first gold and silver, but then one
Mhm.
of those also had 16 badges.
I think it was Black 2, White 2. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that was. This was also a problem.
Also Heart Gold, Soul Silver, technically.
Dude, if you got a copy of those are bank apparently.
Um.
Like I
Oh,
was just looking up like
oh, legal
with the
copy.
pedometer.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a totally
Of
legal
course
copy.
legal.
Um.
Yeah.
I have physical copies of Silver with my Game Boy Color, and a actual like physical copy of the Game Boy Advance SP with Pokemon Sapphire.
Ooh. See, I never got an SP. Always wanted an SP. Never got the backlit. I
Mm-hmm.
went directly from like Game Boy Advance to the DS.
Okay.
So it was like that straight switch. But I always wanted one of those SPs. I've been thinking about buying a broken one online and like
Fixing it.
ripping it apart and giving it like an atomic purple kind of situation.
I
But
think
no,
mine's
we've
blue.
been doing the Ambernick
Mm.
blue, like the metallic, the shimmery blue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. You can really nerd out on those things. There's like 2 or 3 different kinds of screens that everyone raves about, and like all this. I don't know. And then, so sometimes I stream a Pokemon emulator. Sometimes I've been streaming Fire Red on my channel.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and there's some kooky stuff around streaming Pokemon on Twitch. Apparently, YouTube, it's a big no-no. But they encourage you to play it on Twitch so long as you should show, or if asked to prove that you own a physical copy of the game. There's like these very strange guidelines
Hmm.
for and they're scary. Nintendo will make an example of you on Twitch.
So
They will not bat an eye.
so what you have to do is buy those totally legit versions on Amazon.
Yeah, pretty much. And then have it sitting on my desk to be like, have it. Nope. Proof. There you go. It is
Mhm.
owned, legitimately. But yeah,
I'm trying to think. I'm trying
that's
to think where I have mine. Yeah. Let me see. Actually, let me go see if I can find mine.
buried in a closet. Oh yeah, but I actually have normally in the background I have my Squishmallow Gengar, but he's out of shot right now because I lowered the camera angle. Whoops.
Okay. Yeah, I say I normally see your Gengar.
Yeah, he's chilling down there. It's just
Yeah.
I adjusted the angle from seeing your past podcasts. I wanted to be one of the guys with the normal straightforward camera angle as opposed to the ultra high angle that I use to ensure the jawline on stream. You know what I mean?
Uh, yeah. Here's my Game Boy Color. The screen's a little
Yeah,
scratched, but
I don't have the stream up. Let me
and then there's
tune in.
Pokemon Silver.
Come on.
And then
There you go.
this is my Game Boy SP. Oh.
Okay. Wow, that's in pretty good condition, man.
Mm-hmm. And then
Adult-owned, collectible.
And then Pokemon Sapphire, I bought it for $30 apparently. Or yeah, $30.
Ooh, okay. All right. That's much more than that nowadays, I can assure you.
And then now that you have the stream up, yeah, this is my Game Boy Color. Still.
Is that the Pikachu one? One?
No.
Okay. All right. You had me going.
I had the original Atomic Purple one, but the screen broke.
I got that sitting over there in my reading nook. I call it my reading nook, but it's my cell phone and handheld. Yes. Oh my god.
Like original
the dopamine release when you see that cartridge. That's awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah, these are legit. I've had these since they came out pretty much.
That's so sick. That is sick. I have my, well, I actually don't have my blue version. We have her yellow version and her red version, and they're kind of worse for wear. We still have them on display in the bookshelf, though. Just love to look at them.
I had the original yellow version, and I don't know what happened to it.
It was that era where you lost all of your. For me, that was the card set Neo Genesis. If you remember that one was the first second gen card set. All those are gone for me, and now it's like hundreds and hundreds of bucks, inaccessible.
Oh yeah,
I guess that's my rich guy plan.
I had so
limitless money.
So I had so many Pokemon cards, like from like the original versions. I had the Team Rocket ones. I had first edition Dark Raichu. I had Happy Birthday Pikachu. I had the
Nice.
movie promotion cards, like the Mew card, the Entei card, things like that.
Yeah, he's a frustrating one. The Ancient Mew. Like, I still have one in the plastic, and apparently you can get him for like $15. He is an annoying one. Yeah, he's a tough guy. But I loved him when I was a kid, and I used to go to the Pokemon League events at Toys R Us, and you would play with other kids, and he had like a little card where you could write in his attack, and I was like, Ultimate Psychic Attack. This move automatically knocks out all opponents' Pokemon. And like one kid was just like, that's obviously 30 damage on that card. I was like, shut up.
Yeah, you can't read the
I
effects
didn't write
though.
30 damage.
It's
You can't
30.
read that language.
It's 30 to the active Pokemon, not the rest of the.
Yes. 30 to the umph.
Yes.
You can't read that language.
Only I can. I have special psychic Pokemon powers.
But yeah, man, like so much nostalgia locked on that. The nostalgic millennial. That's where it comes out for me. I obsess over getting those vintage cards. We've completed the first 3 sets: base, jungle, and fossil. And then we'll blow money on like the ETBs and stuff like that and open them. I don't know. Do you know the YouTubers Cold Ones? Like a couple of Australian dudes that are just like completely unhinged.
I do not.
No.
The only Australian I know is Cardboard Cowboy.
Cardboard Cat. Different corner of the internet for me. Different corner of the internet.
Very different. Very, very different. If you ever...
yeah, they're like... See, that's the thing. Like you're public facing, and you're in the middle of stream, and you don't remember like some of your favorite streamers' names.
My favorite's Dodjira.
Max Mofo, Max Mofo.
Mm.
Oh my God. Oh, you're gonna make me blush on your podcast, buddy. But yeah, like he does like Pokemon card openings. Max Mofo does Pokemon card openings for adults where he just like insults every card and doesn't know the names. Although he knows the names because he's a complete dork just like the rest of us.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is someone that I tend to watch.
Kind of like that one the one video that got popular during Pokemon Go phase, where the guy was like the two were fighting in a yard, and the girl was like, oh, he didn't even know their names, and he goes like, they show like a picture of Geodude. He goes, oh, it's Punchy Rock, and
oh yes,
the Weedle is Party Wiener.
Yes, Big Ass B. That's Keith from Smosh. Yes, Big Dick B. Yes, that's actually a cast member of Smosh, which is absolutely insane. Yeah, he has like this whole like epic story where he got cancer and he had to take a few months off and stuff. That's a guilty pleasure of mine, is actually like watching and following Smosh, to be honest.
Yeah, they're no longer
Try not to laugh on Smosh. They are actually.
What?
That's been like their whole thing, is like Anthony and Ian bought the company back. They're back. And it's all like kind of corny and whatever, but yeah, their cast is gotten pretty good. Like Damien and Shane, they kind of carry all those videos. They're really awesome. I like those guys.
Yeah, we've gotten far off of subject. But
maybe a little bit, right?
Yeah. So who would you say?
Rein us in, buddy. Rein us in.
Who would you say your influences are?
All right. So, yeah, this is actually the part of the podcast where I admit that I don't really watch that many streams. I watch like a lot of like stream highlights and I guess like more YouTube video, kind of TikTok format type stuff. I'd say the person that really put me over the edge to being like, you know what, I might as well try this thing, was Lily Pichu.
Okay.
Because if you look at her streams and it's just straightforward, we got gameplay, we have a personality, we don't have like excessive graphics. By the way, shout out 10 letters on the graphics to the stream I'm currently on. Could never do that on my own. But yeah, she just has like a frame and gameplay. And I love that. And it's, she's about my age, maybe like a year or so older. And it was like, you know what? I think I could handle that. I could put that together. And then like everything else is just extra credit. But yeah, like her, Mike Reeves, hilarious guy. I love the tinkering, just the screaming Roomba that runs into something and it screams in pain. Love it. Hilarious guy. Those two, the dynamics, the blogs, incredible. Then like kind of, I guess the closest I get to like actually watching a stream is like CDog.va. And like kind of his crew, like Anime Man, like Trash Taste, like Premiere 2. They're like token American guy who like got the world's highest score on Suica. That and like, I don't know, I just got done watching a video game Donkey video.
Oh, Donkey?
Like, you watch video game Donkey? Yeah, Donkey. It's just like he plays all these games that like he has no idea, and I have no idea what they are, but he's just like messing around with his buddies, having a great time, and it's just like that's super watchable because the content is the person, and it's just his laugh is just contagious, and I love it. Yeah, never watch one of those videos without laughing. But yeah, then like recently, like my algorithm has been feeding me a lot of like queso. So like that kind of uh, he does the exact opposite of like what I'm
Yes.
trying to do. Like he directly
Yep.
engages with the trolls, um, and then he just today like he came up. He was watching Meat Canyon, so it was like he was watching a Meat Canyon video, and it was him that he was drawing, and he was like, "Is that supposed to be me?" And it's like this hilarious clip where he's just like completely just self-deprecating, but absolutely funny. Seeing in your chat, Michael Reeves is hilarious. I agree. He needs more content, 100%. Yeah,
Hmm.
that is one critique I have for him is like he puts out one video like every 3 years. So next Christmas maybe we'll get more original Mike Reeves content.
Yeah, I could see it, like Lily Pichu definitely would be kind of an influence because like I know she also has her keyboard right next to her too, kind of like you have your
Hmm.
drums.
Yes, yes, 100%. That was actually like when I first started, my drums were actually chilling in the other corner of my living room.
Mm.
And then I just threw her on, and at the time she was playing the game we shall not name, Valorant,
Oh,
and
yep.
she was like she just got angry and she rage quit when she got killed, and she would just turn around and play a little ditty, and like it was just this cool little like okay like changing it up, breaking it up a bit. And I was like, yeah, I could do that. I could just throw on the drums and hit a beat when I'm waiting to respawn, or it's kind of become a queue thing because respawns are so quick in Overwatch. But yeah, definitely like waiting in queue playing drums is like it's kind of the thing. It's kind of
Hmm.
become part of the formula.
Yeah, I don't know, like I know I seen you play drums a little bit. And I was just like, man, I could sit and just like listen to this all day.
Yes, and I actually saw on the other episode you talked about playing flute as a kid.
Yes. Oh, I tried to do flute. I did recorder, and I did
Hmm.
a trombone.
Right, and your buddy was like the flute is where they tell the kids that can like actually play to go, which I thought was kind of funny because I got
Hmm.
the same exact spiel, but there were a lot of let's call them ignorant stereotypes around playing flute when we were kids,
Hmm.
and I played the flute for no more than 2 months, and I got into 3 fights from kids picking on me for playing the flute. So it was just like
Uh.
the most uncool, like I kind of had like a bit of a conservative elementary school out where I grew up, but like it was just like an uphill battle of just like fighting people and just you know a lot of insults for a young male flute player back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah, I could definitely see that entirely. Um.
Yeah.
And like I said, I wanted to play drums at one point, and they're like, "Yeah, you can't keep a beat. Let's give you this giant fucking brass instrument where all you guys go." Like, okay.
And man, the cool things were like it was the guitars. It was bass guitar,
Oh,
6 string, and then it was drums because you're just smacking on drums and like, you know, no one looks lame smacking on a snare drum. Get stuck.
true.
I could say the parents honestly. Yeah, I see that. I see the stereotypes living on through the parents into the kids. We got a lot of that on Valorant. That's why I don't stream Valorant anymore because it's just kind of the like children are echoes of their parents. That's just
Mm-hmm.
one of the truths of the internet that I have learned in the 3 months I've been doing this. Where like you log on to these games and you want to be angry at the kids, but it's the ones that are off stream. It's the ones they
Yeah.
learn from that they're echoing. Uh,
I remember the last time you played Valorant, and it was just like, yeah, let's mute the audio.
that VOD couldn't go up because of slurs. That was just, and
Mm-hmm.
that hurt. It was just like I can't perpetuate that kind of a thing. That's not when you log on to my channel. It's the chillest streamer on the interwebs, and
Hell
that
yeah.
kind of a video doesn't belong there. It just doesn't belong there, man.
Killer than May.
Chiller than May.
Um. So, what are your long term and short term goals?
Long term, short term. I'd say short term is just to keep doing this damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'm kind of a master of none, where I hop back and forth between different hobbies, different interests, and stuff like that. And
Mm-hmm.
just I would like to kind of see where this goes.
Okay.
And the biggest challenge to that is really just like myself. Like that's so cliche to say, but it's definitely like an end of Scott Pilgrim kind of deal. It's like, Scott, your final boss is Nega Scott, and it's just like
It's a great
you
line.
gotta you gotta keep that in check, man. And it's like, uh, yeah, my it's just to kind of maintain consistency, uh, nail down a schedule for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because that's like the biggest challenge is being consistent. Like I'm going to log on at this time on this day every week. That's the time that I do it, and I'm just not going to stop. I actually had a C.S. Lewis quote pulled up that was like strangely applicable.
Okay.
That's isn't it funny how day by day nothing changes, but when you look back, everything is different. And
Hmm.
it's just right now, it's 145 followers. It's 5 people watching at a time. However, like those seem like they feel like small numbers because they are. But 2 months ago, I was at zero. We were just kind of doing this, and it was even less. And then just keep being consistent, and eventually, something's gonna pop off, and or it's just gonna keep growing. So yeah,
And the crazy thing
no, go
is
ahead.
like that when you say like four or five is a small number, but like if unless you actually consistently watch it like a kind of a weirdo, but like
Hmm.
if you actually like, is it the same four or five people though?
Yeah, right. I mean, yeah, like dedicated people, like actual friends that come through.
Mm-hmm.
Like hope he's watching. Case, what's up, man? The god of my Discord. I am so illiterate at Discord. It's incredible that I'm on this podcast right now. Uh, that I figured this out. But he built up my whole server. He's a whiz at that kind of a thing. It's like
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. And the funniest thing actually is that I got into this because it was like I said to myself, "Oh, this is something I can do by myself, and I can build this on my own terms." And more so than like any other film, TV project that I've kind of been on or have made myself, this
Mm-hmm.
has become more about the parenthetical we. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's building a community, it's getting friends, it's hanging out on a regular basis, much more so than like just kind of making something and pushing it out. So but as far as long-term goals, world domination, and that's all.
Are you pinky in the brain?
Specifically the brain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or is that what's Snarf? Is Snarf Thundercats? We were just
Yeah.
talking about
Yes.
Thundercats on stream.
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. It like when you mentioned like building a community and friends and everything, and like I don't I have like ideas I want to do too. I'm trying to like build the Avengers of like
Mm-hmm.
what like everyone I want to like do. Like I would eventually like want to make a stream team myself. I want to be someone
Play
like
Among Us.
I mean eventually do that too. I'm pretty sure
Mm-hmm.
everyone at this point knows I want to do that, do modded Among Us.
Absolutely.
Um,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Shout out Disguised Toast for fucking inspiring me on that one. Um, but no, like an OTV or OTK at this point,
Hmm.
like the like having a whole team like that and then be able to like do crazy shit and like what is it, the OTK elevated, like be able to do stuff like
Hmm.
that,
Yeah, it's
like
just like a group of people that you want to hang out with and that your audience wants to hang out with. I think you can do it.
yeah.
You got the makings. It's coming along quick, man.
Yeah, we'll eventually get there. I just gotta, I gotta get my stuff situated and then work on everything. Work on myself and then work on us. So,
Marathon, not a sprint, buddy. Marathon, not a sprint.
mm-hmm. So
That's kind
yeah,
of the best thing about this kind of thing is there's no deadlines either. Like up until this, it's been just deadlines, deadlines, deadlines. And outside of this, still deadlines, deadline, deadline. But you make your own schedule. You put it out as fast or slow as you want.
you say that, and like I was talking to some coworkers. I was like, okay, this day I gotta do that. This day I gotta do that. I need to make like I need to make a video here, a couple shorts that day. I can make time for myself on this day. I got podcasts on Sunday. Like, I don't know, I'm like sitting there trying to like balance my, and
And
then
in this slot right here, I can have 32 minutes of leisure time to drink 1/4 of a lemonade.
exactly, and then it's like on top of working 40 hours a week, and it's just like, and I think I even I at this point I don't remember if I what I tweeted, but like I was like, how do people work 40 hours, stream, network, create videos, and how do people do this? Like if I didn't have my job, trust me, I'd network all fucking day.
Right.
But like,
Yeah, I mean my first gigs were as a production assistant working at least 12-hour shifts in television. And when I say at least 12 hours, that means that that's how much they pay you initially. And then it could go up to 18.
oh wow,
So I was kind of at the floor of labor. So this kind of like, mixing work with play and kind of that there is no balance. You don't work a day in your life if you do what you love, but there's only 24 hours in the day and you have to sleep 8 of them.
exactly.
But yeah, like, I don't know. Having cut my teeth in that sphere, like that industry kind of definitely benefits this to where it's like, well, this is work, but it's like for me work. This is like I get to hang out and like not be talking with like a team with deadlines and all of this nonsense. This is for me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like it's playing games. You're playing games, man. What are you gonna do otherwise? How are you gonna relax? How are you gonna unwind? You're gonna play another video game, but you're
right.
just not gonna tape it. Like,
Yeah, like there's been so many times where it's like I'm playing like Overwatch, for example, or Fortnite, and I make this like fucking like pog champ fucking moment, and I
and
was
you're
like,
not taping.
and I'm not recording. I'm like, son of a bitch. Well, like, and the video I posted recently with the Roadhog Anno thing. The crazy thing is I was not recording. Luckily, Overwatch has replays.
Nice. So you're able to just like rip it off the interface. Nice.
Exactly. And because I'm putting it into the 9x16, it shortens everything, and you don't know it's a replay code.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking genius.
Yeah, I've been using now the OBS capture feature without streaming because I was just playing like Helldivers a few days ago with Case, and he was like, "We should have just capped. I wish you clipped all of that. This is perfect for clips." And I missed it, and I was like, I'll just record it, and then we'll be off camera, but we'll still have the footage. So
Exactly.
yeah,
Like you
always be recording.
remember, I think it was the Xbox One. I think it was that first started doing it, like where it's like you're playing a game, and then you can be like, Xbox clip that, and
Yes, the Connect or whatever, right?
was it the Kinect that did that?
That was the one that was like Xbox turn on that like everyone was afraid of because Alexa wasn't out yet and in all of our houses anyway. Xbox is always listening, my pearls.
I get a lot of I get a lot of customers that have like tape over their phone and everything. I was like, oh god.
I mean, I have it over like every laptop for sure. The tape is over that, but like, I mean, I got you know who. We call her you know who when we don't want to trigger her. I don't know if
Yep.
that's a thing for everyone else,
The
but in every
A
room.
lady.
Mm-hmm. Computer. Yeah, she's in every room. Absolutely. And when we lose internet, like we can't turn lights off. That's just that's how plugged in we are. That's how ill prepared we are for Skynet to take over.
I just turned the lamp off. Yeah.
Yeah, but then it like has to reset with the Wi-Fi, and it's like I don't know. It won't even like the lights behind me right now.
Mm-hmm.
I turn them blue and green, and it's like
Yep.
if I turn that off manually, then I got to resync the light bulb, and it's just just have the internet do it.
Yeah. I mean, it's same with like this light, the floor lamp I have back there, and then I have
Hmm.
my kind of like very white. It's like a snow white um bulb, and yeah, and then like I can change it to different moods and everything, and
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah,
Hey, Cases in chat. We've been
what's up,
talking about
guys?
him enough today, huh? His ears were burning.
But yeah, it's just yeah, I use the G guy
Hmm.
instead of the A lady.
Oh no, that's Cortana, isn't it?
No, I use the Google. Yeah. Wait,
I thought the assistant was Cortana for Google,
nope,
Microsoft, right?
nope. That's
Huh.
Microsoft.
Two separate
I,
things still.
yeah, I
Not
actually
for long.
yeah. Cortana was just on Windows, and
Huh.
I don't think anyone ever used Cortana.
Sick name though. Sick name though.
True.
For all those Halo nerds.
Like
I can't believe Gizmo has not come to hang out with me once during this whole time. Normally when we hit like an hour, he just is scratching at my feet. He's nowhere to be seen. People are
yeah,
going to start to be like, "That's not your cat. That's stock footage."
yeah. I don't know where Fergie is. She's normally like all the way back there somewhere, but
I
she's
noticed the bed is empty.
yeah. Yeah, she's not in the
They're
little bed.
ignoring us.
Yep. Um. So let's see. What kind of
Oh yeah, back on
challenges?
track.
Yes. Yeah, I love the ping pong random conversations. I live for this,
Yes.
especially at work. I live. It's how I get through my day.
Yeah, man. 8-hour shifts got to go somehow.
Mm-hmm. Usually sleeping in the break room, but you know.
Nice.
What kind of challenges do you face in content creation?
Well, I already mentioned Nega Dallas, right? The Scott Pilgrim thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. Like, basically, just uh, knowing it's not going to be perfect, uh, and like the way I don't know. Like, actually, when you first invited me onto this podcast, I was talking about how I'm anti-fear. It's just being afraid to mess up, and kind of relinquishing that, like in a live format.
Okay.
Um, like I don't want to be imperfect. I don't want to have like any glitches. I don't want to have my audio cut out.
I'll,
I want it all to be perfect. Of course, you're gonna mess up.
yeah.
That's just what it is.
Usually it's not my guests that
And
mess
if
up,
you,
but it's me.
right. That's the good times. Um,
Yeah.
but like you can also turn that into engagement. You know what I mean? It's like, hey man, audio's a little bit loud. Hey man, you got some static going on stream, and that's a conversation. Um, it's just a way, you know, for the
Yep.
audience, for people hanging out to contribute.
Mine was Mike was muted.
Oh, I've had that many a
Yes.
times, or just like an unplugged XLR cable, or I'll hit the bathroom, get a drink of water, come back, and I have one dial turned down on my preamp, and it's just like, well, you didn't hear any of that. I've had to do my intro twice on multiple occasions where it's just been silent or Spotify. Um, But yeah, like, um, yeah, it's just like the fear of like being imperfect and kind of coming to terms with that it's not a possibility, it's not a threat, it's a guarantee. Like you're going to be imperfect somehow. Th-
Hmm.
These are the bumps and bruises, the badges you wear. Um, but yeah, it's kind of just getting over yourself. Like I just had to get over myself, had to get over the insecurities, had to stop looking at the double chin. Like I just can't. I just go, just play, just make it happen, dude. Like
Do you feel any challenges like when you actually make like YouTube videos or anything like that, or TikToks?
yeah, like it feels like it takes longer.
Hmm.
Like this is such like instant gratification. Like I'm talking to you, chat's coming through, like my friends are hanging out, they're saying, "Hey, I'm when you're streaming, you're playing a game. You're hanging out with the lads, you know what I mean? But when you're making content for yourself for a channel or like a TikTok, it's like, is this going to be cringy? Is this worth uploading? Should I just go live? Like, uh, I guess like the self consciousness, definitely. Like when you're writing a script for a TikTok or a YouTube video or any kind of like longer form, not live project,
Hmm.
it's you. And that is your worst critic. It's sitting
Yep.
in a room on a keyboard, or if you're old school, with a notebook and convincing yourself that this won't make you go viral for the wrong reasons.
Yep. I
But
I've
like,
I've thought about doing that a few times.
exactly, where it's like, oh, that would be funny and people would be into that, but like, do I want to be the guy that said legumes wrong or something? Like, do I want to be the dude that such and such? It's going to happen. Like if there is a viral moment for anyone in this circle, it's not going to be our ideal. You know what I mean? It's going to be like Radiohead's Creep, where they're never going to want to play it live. That's their least favorite song because that's the
Really?
only thing people know you for. Oh yeah, that's like a whole thing. Like Radiohead refuses to play Creep live because everyone loves it so much and they never shut up about it.
See, I like Machine Head.
Machine Head. All right.
Yeah,
All right.
that was the
That's
first.
that's a different.
That was my first song I heard of theirs, and that's what I know them for.
Interesting. But yeah, I mean that's pretty rad. I didn't know you listened to hard rock actually. I did not know.
That's
We've
the
only bonded over the pop stuff on
I
stream.
anything but country. I
Man after my own heart.
I will fucking sit down and listen to smooth jazz, and just like enjoy myself. Maybe
Hmm.
maybe a nice cold glass of chocolate milk, and
Mm.
and just like sit in a chair and just go, like mm, that saxophone.
I mean, country bluegrass is known to wilt plants. Look it up.
What?
No other genre does it. No other genre does it. Maybe metal, but country bluegrass, it has like depressant tones and vibrations that wilt plants. And that's what
Huh.
it's doing to your brain. That's what it's doing to your brain when you listen to country.
I'd still listen to the
A
over the
PSA.
country.
The only country I listen to is very specifically the "Oh Brother Where Art Thou" soundtrack.
Okay.
Any familiarity with that?
Uh, I'd say nah, not actually. I don't.
No.
Nope.
I I am a bit of a fanboy of that movie specifically because it was the first major motion picture to be made on digital intermediate and not 100% celluloid. So like that's like a film nerd kind of thing.
Mhm.
But every time we took road trips, my dad would have the "Oh Brother Where Art Thou" soundtrack in rotation at some point. So that is the closest thing I get to country. Everything else, absolutely not. We're clicking next.
See, I can tolerate some old Garth Brooks and maybe some like Willie Nelson. or
No, no, no.
yeah,
I respect it. I respect it.
yeah, it has to be some like older stuff or Johnny Cash,
Right.
like Ring of Fire.
I have a few. Yeah, absolutely. I have a few greatest hit Johnny Cash vinyl I picked up at the thrift store.
That's about as far as I go
100%.
with country, unless you do like a country goes
Yeah,
rock kind of thing.
I don't know. Anything that touches it, I can't even go near. Like Taylor Swift will have that every now and again. The better half likes Taylor Swift,
Mm.
and her more country tracks. I gotta leave the room, man. Can't do it. Cannot do it.
Yeah, like I've heard like I have a playlist on Spotify. It's like great covers, and there's like one from a rock band that covers like a bunch of songs, and one of them was like Thunder Rolls from Garth Brooks. I'm like, okay,
Hmm.
yeah, I can get down to this. Like that's not I actually like this better than Garth Brooks, oddly enough. But,
Hmm.
um, I forgot to ask one of these. There's a question I kind of skipped. Is there anybody
Uh,
you wish to collaborate with?
I if you know anything about me, it's that I'm not very well versed in any successful streamer in the environment or Overwatch streamers
Hmm.
universally. So probably like variety streamers. I don't know. Being so green, I don't think I'm really in a position to say no to anyone. I mean, that being said, like with anyone, I'd want to do the homework. I wouldn't anyone like not awful, and that's just like not like a bigot. Like
True.
I'm gotta be wide open here, and like you even said it, like the way to get kind of that cross pollination is to collaborate, man. That's so I'm
Okay.
open to it 100%.
Okay. So I'll
Not in
tweet
a
out.
position to be picky.
I'll tweet out to Lily and Michael for you.
Oh yeah, they're I don't know. I'm currently ignoring some DMs, but we'll see. We'll see if they're worth my time.
Yeah, the only DMs I'm blocking are like some of the ones like, hey, can I show you my work? I'm like, no,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
no, no.
No, that was my first 5, 10 followers was bots like that.
Those are the fucking worst. Like as a
But I
photographer,
told you about my method, right?
I don't think so.
The oh, go ahead on your thing, but as a photographer.
Oh yeah, I respect the hustle, but like
Mm-hmm.
that ain't it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not completely devoid of guilt on that one. I shamelessly plug in Overwatch team chat and match chat. Um, and where was I going with this? Totally lost my train of thought here, bud. Yeah, it's just that kind of like the shameless self promo, and uh, they're the one way that I'm able to get rid of the bots. At least, like you want to
Hmm.
make sure that at least it's like a teenager, young artist, trying to reach out to you to ensure that it's a human. I won't text in the chat to respond to them because bots can read text. I'll go like I think Case was there for one of these instances where someone just drops in and they were like, "How long have you been streaming, friend? Would you like to see my work? I followed you on all the social media things that you're on." I'm like, okay, prove to me that you're a real person. Type Wiggly Gangar into the chat,
Mm,
otherwise I'm muting you. Type Wiggly Gang or like just like some nonsense, like
word.
gobbledygook that a bot would not be able to read because it has to be human. And then you just silence them if they can't do that.
I like
So
that.
that's my method
It's good
for
advice.
weeding them out.
Definitely
Yeah,
good advice. Uh,
fighting the
so
bots.
um so being a new streamer, this would actually be a pretty good question for you. Um
All right.
so any advice you'd give up and coming streamers?
Huh. Um.
Like things you know now that you wish you would have known like, when you first started.
Uh. I just say like keep having fun. Just make sure you're having fun is the key to just anything. Like,
Mm-hmm.
uh, when like I've had days where it's like I've streamed like 4 or 5 days in a row, and then I'm like, like kind of getting worn down here. Um, and like I kind of like almost start to dread it. Like I get that feeling in my stomach that like, oh God, 2 hours until I'm gonna go on.
Yep.
Like when that starts to creep in, take a day. Take a day. Like no one, like especially if you jump into your socials and tell the community that actually wants to hang out with you and jumps into your Discord and jumps into your lives. Um, like the saddest thing is like when you get like the so no live today, bud, so no live today. But if you inform them and tell them, like just keep kind of plugged in, keep having fun. Um, and again, you're gonna mess up. Like things are gonna go wrong. Your camera's gonna die.
Mm.
Your internet's gonna cut out. You're gonna try to do a replay buffer, and it's gonna crash your entire stream. Um,
Yep. I remember
I don't know,
that.
like you're, yeah, like you're gonna come away frustrated from some streams. You're gonna have quiet nights. You're gonna have loud nights. You're gonna have ups and downs. Just make sure it stays fun. That's
That kind of reminded me of
the overall.
like when I first started, I tried just streaming literally every day
Mm-hmm.
for like 2 to 3 hours, and I was like, well, like if I stream every day, people are always gonna see me, and
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna want to like hang out and have fun, and then I realized that you get such a burnout,
Oh yeah.
and I was like,
I mean,
this.
it's kind of frustrating, but it's also, again, playing games. It's how you unwind. It's supposed to be not only like the people that watch you kind of escaping from their day to day, like you are a form of entertainment,
Mm-hmm.
but also, uh, I do not have a good poker face. Never had one, never played poker, wasn't my game. When I'm having a crap day, this camera is high definition enough to pick it up. If I don't
Yep.
want to be here, you're going to know it. So I might as well take the day, come back tomorrow, more recharged and coming at it positively. Um, don't get caught up in the minutia. Uh, like that's another big thing is I would come away from like trying to figure out OBS before I went live, trying to figure out like how to hook up my camera and like all of these little things that you learn. It was basically like building a second PC, learning all of these other skills that were similar to ones I had, they just weren't the same. And getting caught up in like the little like, oh, this one thing isn't perfect, like that
Yeah.
can ruin a day for me, and that can keep me from going live. And it's like, I just had this crap experience, I'm done, I'm exhausted, and I'm not even gonna go live. I'm not gonna, you know the the effort was put into something that isn't seen by anyone. So kind of keeping like a big picture view, like they're not going to hear if your microphone is like 60 bits lower today than it was yesterday, and
Sure.
they're not going to hear if you couldn't figure out your secondary camera or whatever. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? So don't get lost in the minutia and just keep having fun.
Yeah. I kind of get that perfectionist kind of thing every so often. So I
Mm-hmm.
100% respect it and understand that.
Yeah. Well, it's did you see Blackberry?
Mm-mm.
The movie that was about the cell phone Blackberry,
I have not.
where one guy's like, uh, perfection is the enemy of good, and then the other dude's like, well, good enough is the enemy of humanity. So it's like those two dueling, like perfection is the enemy of good, but good enough is also pretty horrible. You got to find that balance.
Hmm.
Be like Zenyatta, find the middle way.
Um, so what do you think the future of streaming will be like?
Oh man, almost entirely VTuber.
Oh,
Have you seen a VTuber meet and greet? These things are wild.
I have not.
So there's like, I don't know if they're at like AI streamers, case says. Yeah, like there's these events where people will line up for hours to see a screen of a cartoon character, a VTuber, that will directly address them, kind of like the sea turtle at Disney. You're familiar with
No,
Crush's exhibit?
I'm not
No, you
actually.
haven't seen those videos that's like,
No.
Saw, dude, like, what do you do for fun? And like, there's all these, they just have the voice actor behind him and he's interacting directly with the crowd. I think that's where most of like gaming is going. And then the Apple Vision Pro, that like the
Mm-hmm.
digital likeness, that
Ah.
that intrigue, I love that. Like, have you ever gone on stream with a zit, man? That's just like not necessarily obvious to everyone else, but it is to you.
I could almost say I have a mole
Yeah,
that's
like
very.
you blemishes or bad hair day, like you're just not comfortable in your skin today. Like imagine just using one of those like those digital like Apple Vision Pros and every day is the best hair day of your life.
Hmm. Yeah,
It's grim, but I think that's where it's going.
that's interesting. Yeah. Like I watched a clip from Pirate Software where he's like, you don't want
Hmm.
to piss off a VTuber because you never know if they're like streaming, but they're also on their way to kill you.
Hmm.
And it's like
Because it's just the facial recognition, and they could be anywhere.
exactly, they could be on their way to your house to kill you, and you wouldn't even
Hmm.
know.
Hmm.
I'm like, damn, he's so right.
And also, depending on their following, they could have like the BTS army coming for you.
Oh, true.
Could have half the internet at your door, buddy.
Um, yeah, just don't piss off Iron Mouse then.
I have heard. I have been thusly informed to stay out of chat.
Um, so like, what are your thoughts of the current landscape of streaming?
I honestly don't know enough about it. Like that's another thing that's like it's been a learning curve. Like
Uh-huh.
it's just I have zero anything that's not like making headlines.
Yeah,
Um, I'm not necessarily in it. Like we joked about the TikTok meta that went away before I knew it was gone.
yeah,
Um, I don't know. I guess it's cool. Like it's like you can get lost in the muck and the mire of like the zero view ocean down below in whatever category you're streaming to. But um, it's just been cool for me to have like an audience, have an outlet, a creative outlet that I can just kind of throw myself into, and like I said, just kind of be in front of a camera using equipment like that I learned how to do. It's just been awesome. And I think that's a great place for it to be. Like I can just do this.
hmm,
I don't know so much about like, the top level stuff and like getting promotions and the algorithm of Twitch and all that, but I'm having a great time.
that's good. Um, yeah, everyone just does like their reaction content right now. It's like, oh, like you watch something and you just kind of react to it. As long as you like accredit, what you're watching, you're good.
Mhm.
Don't be was it SS Sniper Wolf? Like,
Oh, right. Yep.
yeah, you remember the whole like SS Sniper Wolf and Jax Films thing, and
Yeah, where they were just like jacking each other's content and like they were trying to be holier than thou.
hmm, yeah, it was actually like I enjoyed Jax Films side of everything. All
I
right.
actually saw him live. I saw him like in a theater doing
Oh,
his quick be funny thing. It was
I,
interesting. I'd
I,
never been to a live YouTuber event before.
I didn't know that was the thing.
Yeah, it was just basically like a party that they had. Like they booked out like a concert venue, and like his wife was just running around like drunkenly like yelling at fans. It was wild. But yeah.
All right. Let's see. Is there any questions from the chat anywhere? Like, do we have any?
Uh oh.
Anybody have any questions for myself or Dodjira? The dirty Junkrat main.
Dirty, filthy Junkrat main.
That'd be someone cool to like collaborate with. The voice actor.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I feel like that's like an achievable thing. Like I feel like they're down, you know.
Yeah.
Do the direct. Um, I've seen those like the videos of like playing with the voice actor.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool. That'd be
I
cool.
actually just saw an interesting article the other day about the voice actor for or actress, I should say, for Brigitte.
Hmm.
She actually owns a Overwatch championship league, or OWCS team.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Interesting. I mean, I guess it lines up with your career pretty well. Like you're already contracted by Blizzard. Jump on in.
yeah.
That's sick. Damn.
All right. Yeah. So far, there looks like there's no questions. So,
We
uh,
just got Case chilling.
I mean, we had Case and Brew and Horror Dad in chat earlier. Um, but yeah, we appreciate you guys.
Yeah, man. Thank you
Uh,
for hanging. Thank you for hanging.
yeah. So yeah, that will be the end. Uh, so
We made it. We're here. We made it.
kind of a final send off. You want to explain where to find you?
Yeah, I mean, on this very website, on these very tags, you can come hang out. I stream. Um, I guess it's what 5 PST, 8 EST. I think I'm locking down Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for streaming. Go for 3 to 4 hours. Um, Upload content onto the TikTok, onto the YouTube. Not very consistently, but I do it. Um, every time I go live, I post on X, no longer Twitch.
X gonna
Yeah,
give it to you.
X gonna give it to you. Come hang out. Anyone that wants to. We're pretty chill, right? We try.
True. All right. Yeah, and then so yeah, as I'm sure you guys already know, you can find me on Twitch at 10 letters 10. You can find me shitpost on X or Twitter, whatever the fuck you want to call it these days. At 10 underscore letters 10. I post lots of videos, mostly Overwatch content, but you can also find VODs of this and everything on YouTube. And then TikTok for while it's still around, I guess. Um, you can find me at 10 letters 10 TTV until it disappears or it gets apparently bought by Bobby Kotick or something. Um,
Future dystopia, this way comes.
yeah, I'm telling you, if TikTok gets bought by Bobby Kotick, I'm buying every stock of it. I hate the guy, but
It's a way to become rich.
yep.
Oh, you can Google it, Case. There's like all of this like legislation being passed that's might make it go away, but we'll see.
They have 6 months.
I'll believe it when I sees it.
Yep. All
Yeah,
right, guys. We'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.
indeed.